Hey there guys, my name's Cody, and today I'm going to be reacting to a schizophrenia simulation. There are a lot of these on the internet. Some of them are very good and help spread awareness to what it's like to live with schizophrenia. Some of them are not so good. So I figured I'd check it out and let you guys know what I think. As always, a trigger warning, this does have a simulation of both visual and auditory hallucinations. Just a reminder for anyone watching who doesn't feel comfortable seeing a simulation of these symptoms. So it says this person 5 years ago was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and they made this video to show people what it's like to live kind of with this diagnosis. So it sounds like this is made by a person actually living with schizophrenia. I've seen some of these videos made by organizations and stuff trying to bring awareness, but they don't include a person with schizophrenia in the process, and it doesn't always turn out great. So I expect this to be pretty accurate if it's a person who actually lives with the diagnosis. So let's go ahead and get started.
I'm angry! I'm angry! I'm angry! Listen! Listen! Why are you listening? Why are you listening? What's wrong? I'm angry! I'm angry!
So a few things right off the bat. The voices can sound like that. Some of them just shout. Sometimes I'll hear whispers. Sometimes I'll hear just regular speaking, but they can kind of sound like any of the voices you're hearing in that mess of sounds. I didn't fully understand the how it went to black and kind of cartoonish. I have, when I was really into Psychosis, experienced where my hallucinations will alter the things around me. So I've had instances where I do see things on me, or I see things moving that aren't moving, stuff like that. And I think that was trying to portray that in a way. So I also heard a helicopter that may or may not have been there. I think people forget that auditory hallucinations aren't only voices. They can also be sounds. So dogs barking, helicopters, stuff like that. So I did hear some other noises in there too. And I think they're trying to show that auditory hallucinations can be more than just a voice saying something. Also want to point out, it sounds like the voices are kind of negative, which is common for my own experience, but people with schizophrenia can experience positive or neutral voices. But in my own experience, they tend to be more like this. So let's keep going.
Just listen!
Miles,
Please
stop,
listen!
sit down. What are you doing? Why are you walking? Walk it off.
Please listen!
Walk it off.
I don't know what that is.
Sit down. What are you doing?
I'm
What
angry!
Miles? Are you happy? Are you happy?
That one scared me. So I mentioned dogs barking, that noises that aren't voices. That's what just happened. And you notice how he looked to it. I have had jump scares from my auditory and visual hallucinations before. So that one, I had to take a breath for a second, because that one was right there. And they can pop up that quickly and be that sudden and almost like a horror movie. So that was something where I had to stop for a second. And I noticed it was while he was trying to do something, right? It was while he was reaching for something. I don't know what it is on his counter he's touching there, but he was trying to do something, and then it happened and it got his attention right away. So very, I think, realistic to how a person experiences it, because it's not something you can just ignore. I get that a lot, where people will see me having symptoms, and in the comment sections they'll write, "Oh, just ignore it." It's not usually stuff that you can just ignore. It's either loud, or it's sudden, or it's frightening. So I think that shows that.
What are you?
I'm angry!
What are you?
Listen!
Stop.
Listen! Why are you
3, 5,
listening?
7,
Why are you
8.
Stop
listening?
3,
thinking.
5,
Please.
7,
Please.
8.
I'm
3,
angry!
5,
something.
7,
Just do
8.
something.
3, 5, 7, 8.
I like that in addition to the one voice that sounds very almost frightening, because he's yelling, "Please help, please." That one is a little more scary, a little more frightening. But if you hear some of the other hallucinations, it's talking like you're in a crowded cafe. I always explain it like that when I'm having more than one auditory hallucination, which for me, it can be one, it can be several, but when I'm having more than one, it kind of starts to sound like that, like you're in a crowded room and you can't really pick up what everyone's saying. It just kind of sounds like any crowded space, like a subway or a cafe. So I like that they put that in there. And then there was also a female voice that was laughing and saying small sentences, and it wasn't anything scary or intimidating. I like that it's showing both, some of the scarier, more frightening hallucinations versus some of the more just normal and even neutral symptoms that people experience.
3, 5, 7,
Grab the
8.
toothbrush. Grab it. Brenda, put it down. Put the toothbrush down.
And right
Put
here,
it
he's
down.
listening to what his
Stop
symptoms are
grabbing
saying.
The toothbrush. Put the toothbrush down.
When you're in a level of delusion where you can't differentiate between the hallucinations and reality, sometimes like you'll listen to them if they tell you to do small things like that. I've had auditory hallucinations do stuff where they tell me to go into a room or tell me to pick something up, and similar to like what he's showing, it's pretty common. Like most of the time now with medication, I know that it's not real. I'm able to kind of like, I still hear it, but I'm able to ignore it. And I think this is portraying someone who's in a deeper level of psychosis.
Go grab the toothbrush. Put it down.
So he's listening to what it's saying.
Put the toothbrush down, man. Stop grabbing the toothbrush.
And it's
Stop
telling him
grabbing
two different things. Grab it, don't grab it. Like, I'll get that too.
Poison. 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 Don't take it. Stop taking it.
Okay, so once again, if you have the chance to watch this, listen with a headset, because I think without a headset, you'd only hear the one loud voice. There are a bunch of other voices going on in the background that I think makes this a really good auditory hallucination simulation. I also want to say right there where he reached for the medication, it was telling him it was poison. I've had that before. I know a lot of people with schizophrenia have had their hallucinations tell them to stop taking their medication. Like, unfortunately, that is something that I think a lot of people suffering from schizophrenia have experienced because a lot of the times I feel like my hallucinations are affected by what's going on around me and the people I talk to and the conversations I have in my daily life. I grew up in an area where antipsychotic medication or medication in general for mental health was always kind of looked down on. It was always very stigmatized. It was always like a negative thing. So people thought poorly of you if you took mental health medication. So I think when I heard it, it was more my own internal thoughts being projected onto my hallucinations, but I've experienced that myself.
Walk forward. Walk forward. Put your arms up. Put your arms up.
Yeah, and I don't get a lot of that, the visual he's trying to show. Keep in mind, everyone with schizophrenia experiences different symptoms. So like what I see and what I hear might be different than the next person, you know, like the actual conversations, the types of voices, and then visual hallucinations. I tend to see people. So like he's showing, I think, more of like hallucinations affecting his surroundings. That's not usually what I experience, but it's not incorrect, I'm sure, for his own experience. People have very different hallucinations. So I'm just saying, like in my own experience, that's not what I've had. But I'm going to keep playing to see if he shows any other visual hallucinations besides the symptoms that seem to be altering his surroundings.
Stop walking. Stop walking. Walk backwards. Walk. Stop. Stop. Put your arms up. Put your arms up. Now put them down. Put your arms down. What are you doing? Walk forward. Walk forward. Stop. Stop. Put your arms up. Put your arms down. Put your arms up.
Yeah, there's a voice laughing, a voice crying. So he took the medication. Also noticed like there's the broken alarm clock. There's a lot of trash on the ground. I think when simulations do this, they're trying to show like people with schizophrenia don't just have auditory and visual hallucinations. We also struggle with cognitive and negative symptoms, which can mean difficulty taking care of yourself, difficulty with personal hygiene, issues with being able to remember things, cognitive abilities. So like all of that is a part of this diagnosis, and I do think it's important to show that. And I think that's what he's doing with like the mess and the broken alarm clock, and kind of it's just a little bit of chaos. So now he took the medication. The symptoms are going away, and it's never that immediate. I think it's more him trying to show it in a short video, right? Like, it's not going to go away that quickly, but emergency medication can definitely help reduce symptoms, help get rid of them quicker. And, like, in a video this short, he only has a limited amount of time, so I think that's what he's trying to portray here with taking the medication. Now the symptoms are completely gone, it sounds like. He's laying back down. Oh, there's still a little bit of auditory stuff. It's more like sound effects, less voices. And it says here, we are not all violent. A lot of us are just scared. The things we experience in our mind are very scary. I really think this was a great video. I've watched a lot of these simulations over the years, and you never know how they're going to turn out, even if it is a person with schizophrenia doing the simulation, because it can be really hard to show these symptoms and really express how real they are to us and how they feel and how they sound. I liked this one. I think it being from a person with the diagnosis definitely helps. For an auditory hallucination simulation, it was spot on to some of the things I've experienced. And once again, it's going to be different person to person, but I've experienced some of those same levels of volume and some of the same things they're telling him to do and some of the things they're saying. So like, I think that was a very good simulation. As for the visual hallucination aspect of it, I don't know if he was more so trying to show what he sees or like if he was trying to show like how it feels. Cause like there are times when you're having such intense hallucinations, you get physical feelings from it. I like in the past, I used to get such severe auditory hallucinations that I would actually faint. So it can cause physical feelings with it too, and I'm wondering if that's what he was trying to portray. And hallucinations and delusions can alter the reality around you too, and like change things in your real life. I remember shortly before I was diagnosed and before I started taking medication, I was having a period where my hallucinations were affecting like people in my real life. Like I would be talking with my mom or my wife and like their face would shift or like their expression would change or like something like that would happen. And that is really terrifying. And I'm wondering if that's what he was trying to show with like the altering of the things around him. Overall, I would recommend this one to someone if they asked for like a good auditory hallucination simulation. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you're a person living with schizophrenia, was this accurate to your own symptoms? If you're a person not living with schizophrenia, do you think that this video helps you better understand what a person with my diagnosis might be going through? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and let me know what other things you'd like me to react to. In the past, I've done a lot of reaction to simulations like this. I would actually love to do reactions to TV shows, movies, stuff like that, talking about schizophrenia or portraying schizophrenia. Let me know what you'd be interested in seeing. I've gotten comments about reacting to Criminal Minds, Grey's Anatomy, A Beautiful Mind, which people are always shocked to find out I've never seen. Anytime I tell someone I have schizophrenia, they ask me if I've seen A Beautiful Mind. The answer is no, but I am going to watch it. I want to do a reaction video to it. So let me know what else you'd like me to watch. Thank you guys so much.